Born in an Italian immigrant family in New York in 1917, Louis Zamperini grew up in California, where he overcame a rebellious childhood to become a renowned Olympic athlete at the 1936 Berlin Games, with a final lap sprint that amazed the world. An early testament to his unbreakable honor, the American spirit, where individuals rise from adversity to conquer peaks, representing the willpower of a nation always striving for freedom and justice. From a mischievous boy, he forged himself into the Torrance tornado, breaking track records and carrying that personal honor into war, where it transformed into a warrior's honor, symbolizing America's strength, a country that trains its people not just to fight, but to endure, with iron will superior to any enemy, where every soldier is a living testament to the enduring ideals of democracy. Immediately after the tragic plane crash on May 27, 1943, when the B-24 Green Hornet plunged into the Pacific, Zamperini began a survival journey that exemplified his unbreakable honor, a quality that made him stand out amid the vast ocean and later in the hell of Japanese prison camps. Surviving with 2 comrades on life rafts with meager supplies, he faced 47 days adrift, where the gnawing pain of hunger and thirst clawed at his guts like a reminder of unbreakable inner strength. But his unbreakable honor, through prayer, discipline, and hope, helped him and Phillips endure storms, shark attacks, and even bombs from Japanese planes, proving the American spirit, where the will for freedom always triumphs over harsh nature, superior to any challenge. Those days at sea were not just a battle against hunger and thirst, but a psychological test, where hallucinations from exhaustion made him see ghosts of the past. But Zamperini held firm to his honor by reminding his comrades of home, of warm family meals in California, turning despair into motivation, an American quality that helped them survive when most others would have surrendered. Captured at Kwajalein Atoll, the horrific Execution Island, Zamperini entered the world of captivity, where his unbreakable honor was truly forged in fire through horrific sufferings, from chronic hunger to forced labor and psychological torture. But he survived thanks to the indestructible American spirit, where each challenge only made his honor stronger. Initially interrogated and isolated in dark, damp cells, where the stench of feces and sweat blended into a suffocating air, making every breath a pain, his Olympic fame made him a special target, with guards whipping his skin with leather straps to force military information. The suffering here was not just physical, the pain from oozing wounds, the body weakening from malnutrition, but also psychological. Isolated from comrades, hearing screams from other cells, fear creeping in like maggots gnawing at the soul. But Zamperini refused to reveal anything, enduring the lashes without surrendering, an act that proved the honor of an American soldier. Where loyalty to the homeland surpasses physical pain, making the enemy respect the spiritual strength of a great democratic nation, where people are trained to protect secrets even when death is near. Transferred to Ofuna, a secret unregistered camp for high-value POWs, Zamperini was in limbo for over a year, cut off from the outside world, where the suffering of isolation became the enemy's main weapon, making him wonder if his family believed he was alive, if the world had forgotten him amid the vast ocean of war. The rations were terrible: moldy rice balls, watery soup with foraged weeds, and sometimes a few earthworms for protein. The constant hunger causing stomach cramps, so severe it felt like knives twisting, the body wasting away until ribs protruded like rusted bars. But Zamperini survived thanks to his unbreakable honor, sharing the little food with comrades even as he weakened, fostering unity, a quality that turns misery into a forging ground for the American spirit. superior to the selfishness of the Bushido system, where prisoners were seen as contemptible and unworthy of compassion. Forced labor was relentless, digging ditches under scorching sun, loading heavy ships with sacks that strained the back like needles piercing, muscles aching after each day under guards who despised the surrendered according to Bushido code. But Zamperini upheld his honor by refusing to do half-hearted work or betray allies, even enduring heavy punishments to protect secrets. A testament to America's strength, where the individual represents justice, turning the prison into a testing ground rather than destruction, where he secretly organized small prayer sessions, whispering verses to maintain hope, transforming the suffering of loneliness into spiritual power. The psychological impact at Ofuna was so profound that it drove many prisoners mad, with nightmares in the dead of night about family, about hearty meals back home. But Zamperini survived by clinging to memories, reminding himself of his Olympic honor, those runs under the California sun, where every step was an affirmation of freedom and sharing stories with comrades to keep hope alive, reflecting the American spirit, where unity and faith turned despair into motivation, surpassing all oppression to foreshadow ultimate victory. Disease struck hard too. Beriberi swelling limbs, dysentery causing constant dehydration, fevers shivering in the cold nights without medicine. But Zamperini strove to survive by improvising remedies from found herbs, sharing basic medical knowledge from military training, upholding his honor by helping comrades even as he weakened. A heroic American gesture where compassion surpasses personal pain, proving that in the hell of captivity, the American spirit still shines, like a torch of freedom. At Omori Camp near Tokyo, Zamperini's unbreakable honor was tested to its peak by the Bird, Mutsuhiro Watanabe, a cruel corporal obsessed with breaking him through psychological games and physical punishments, like forcing him to hold a heavy beam overhead for hours under blazing sun, the muscle pain tearing like fire, sweat mixing with blood from old wounds. But Zamperini stood firm, turning torment into an opportunity to prove the indestructible American spirit, where iron will surpass his brutality, leaving the enemy astonished at the inner strength of a free nation, where every prisoner is a spiritual warrior. He shared meager rations with other prisoners, recounting Italian recipes to distract from hunger, boosting team morale. A generous American gesture turning hell into a forging ground for honor, where humor and sharing overcome diseases like beriberi and dysentery, proving American ideals always prevail. And if you're feeling the power of this, like the video to support, comment your thoughts on unbreakable honor, and subscribe to explore more heroic journeys. Small victories like subtly sabotaging labor tasks, slowing down work to avoid aiding the enemy, or secretly organizing prayers helped Zamperini maintain his unbreakable honor, reinforcing belief that American justice would win, a quality making him an icon in the camp, inspiring comrades to survive Japan's Geneva violations, scant rations, 40% mortality among 27,000 captured American POWs. But the indestructible American spirit turned harshness into strength, superior to the totalitarian system, where the suffering of isolation made him dream of family, of free runs. But he survived by turning memories into a shield, reminding himself that honor isn't something that can be taken, but an eternal inner flame. The psychological torture from the Bird, random beatings, daily insults aimed at breaking the spirit drove many to collapse. But Zamperini strove by staring into the enemy's eyes, smiling through pain to affirm unbreakable honor. An American tactic where resilience turns the captor into the spiritual loser, proving that in captivity's darkness, America's light of freedom still blazes. Disease spread widely at Omori, with dysentery epidemics causing dozens of bathroom trips daily. Bodies dehydrating until skin cracked dry. High fevers spinning the mind. But Zamperini survived thanks to unbreakable honor, improvising bandages from torn cloth, sharing scarce, clean water to save comrades, a humane American act superior to the guards' indifference, where he even secretly learned Japanese to understand orders and avoid unnecessary lashes, turning knowledge into a weapon to protect honor. The long, cold nights, lying on hard wooden floors with lice-biting skin, making sleep a luxury. But Zamperini strove by imagining the Olympic track, each pain a lap, keeping his mind alert to survive, proving America's strength where the mind surpasses the body. And if this story ignites pride in the American spirit for you, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to continue the historical exploration of heroes. The psychological suffering from war rumors, sneaking radio listens to atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, made Zamperini worry for Japanese civilians, but still uphold honor by praying for peace. An American humanitarian gesture superior to hatred, helping him survive the final months as the camp descended into chaos. In 2025, such stories gain attention on YouTube, with videos of veterans reflecting on sites, focusing on emotional victories for education, praising the American indestructible spirit that conquered all enemies, where Zamperini's unbreakable honor becomes an eternal lesson. Zamperini's endurance was not just survival, but spiritual rebellion, where unbreakable honor became the mightiest weapon against oppression, turning the prison into a battlefield where American will always prevails, with acts like secretly aiding weaker prisoners, sharing homemade medicine from leaves to combat disease, upholding honor through personal sacrifice. The Bushido philosophy viewing surrender as shame clashed with American adaptability, but Zamperini strengthened faith through endurance, turning suffering into a character forge, where honor is honed rather than destroyed, praising the indestructible American spirit that conquered all totalitarian regimes, a source of strength, making America the global beacon of hope. The scars of captivity extended far beyond liberation, shaping America's post-war resilient ethos, where unbreakable honor became the foundation for national rebirth, a legacy keeping America leading. For Zamperini, freedom in September 1945 brought physical recovery, but psychological turmoil. Nightmares of Watanabe, flashbacks to shark waters, and descent into alcoholism to numb pain. Diagnosed with PTSD, he struggled with bitterness, even plotting revenge on the Bird. But the turning point came in 1949 at Billy Graham's crusade in Los Angeles, where a sermon on forgiveness sparked spiritual awakening. Zamperini became a born-again Christian, channeling energy into youth ministry and speaking, turning experiences into lessons on honor and forgiveness. An American journey where failure becomes an opportunity for greater things, proving the spiritual strength of a nation that always rises. His transformation exemplified broader POW changes, from despair to purpose, through mental endurance, where honor is upheld through unity. Groups built bridges through shared faith or humor, improvising care-boiling water for sanitation, using herbs for medicine in camps like Bataan or Omori, surpassing Japan's Geneva violations that drove high mortality. 40% of 27,000 American POWs, contrasting America's humane standards, but surviving thanks to comradeship, upholding honor through solidarity, an American quality that has guided the nation through every war. Post-war, Zamperini visited Japan in 1950, forgiving former guards and writing to Watanabe, who declined to meet. a gesture of forgiveness showing superior American honor, where compassion conquers hatred. He carried the Olympic torch in Nagano in 1998, symbolizing reconciliation, nurturing America's hero culture, influencing Cold War narratives of perseverance, where honor is honored through survival, and America proves to be the land of unbreakable heroes, inspiring the world. In 2025, channels emphasize POW endurance, with docs on veterans returning to sites emphasizing healing. Zamperini's legacy endures through Unbroken, book 2010, film 2014, inspiring global audiences, praising American honor as an eternal source of strength. Ironically, the captivity meant to destroy Zamperini forged his unbreakable honor, turning him into a lasting symbol of hope, echoing in 2025's YouTube storytelling trends, where such tales honor America's indestructible strength. Dying in 2014 at 97, his story asks, how does endurance redefine views of human strength? If this video is valuable, like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to explore more untold World War II chapters. Together, honoring the unbreakable honor of American heroes.